Shalom, shalom, Yahshua Allah. I want to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash, Paleo Hebrew tongue, its correct name of the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and shalom to you, sister and brothers living this truth, and shalom to the brothers and sisters listening and studying to show themselves approved. Shalom. I want to come to talk to you about something today. I wasn't going to get on it because the brothers, they did a good job and they hit it in the dirt, hit it on the head, grinded it to pieces. But I gotta speak on it, man, because I had to go to a family event, and I must say that enchantment that Esau Edom pulled with that Oscars using their idols, that worked to perfection, man. I had to be around a bunch of older Jakes, and it's all they wanted to talk about was that Oscar slap Will Smith and Chris Rock. And it just, it really didn't just blow my mind like that, because I know how lost they is, but Yahweh Shah let me know just how lost our older generation is, because they were completely caught up in that whole situation. That was a very strong enchantment on the nation of Israel right there, because Esau, it's a lot of important and major things going on right now. As far as you got the famine coming up, supply chain shortage. We're in the beginning of World War III. You can see Esau is talking about new world order more and more. The dollar is about to collapse. The economy is all messed up. And Jake want to talk about, and I know specifically, the older Jake, they want to talk about this damn Oscar slap, which was staged and set up anyway, which that really was a trap and a snare set up by Esau Edom to get your mind off of what's really going on and get your mind onto some bullshit. It's like for my French, but that's what that was. Like, you shouldn't be watching award shows no more. It's 2022. It's real things going on. You should not be watching no Oscars worried about what some fake sellout is about to get. So I got an article pulled up that's going to expose that like the hopefully elect us with wisdom, we knew that was a setup. We knew it wasn't nothing. I mean, there's entertainers. They got to do something big, man, to get people's mind off what's really going on. Because Esau, he fumbling to get his little new world order off. He's fumbling. This global reset ain't going as smooth. They're still doing it, but it's like they got a bunch of hiccups happening. So they're looking to what they call a bait and switch, smoke and mirrors. They got to use something like, man, check this out while I set this up over here. And the older generation who should be guiding us and letting us know all kinds of, good knowledge, wisdom, dropping that on the younger generation, they're the most lost. They're the most lost people, man. Now I see why Esau was able to run circles around us as a nation, because our people don't know nothing. Our elders don't know nothing. All they know is go to work and pay bills. As far as any knowledge and understanding or some real useful information or looking out for the younger generation, they don't do that. They are caught up in the snares, totally drunk off that Babylon juice, totally drunk off of it. So I got an article pulled up. This is gonna really expose it, because it's one of their own, an insider, and he just gonna back up what I already knew, what the hopefully leg knew. It was staged, it was set up. You shouldn't even be worried about that. They're promoting a lot of BS with that. That simp culture, because Will Smith, like, he's the poster boy for being a simp now. Because he got a wicked woman that he just lets run all over him. And they're promoting that's how the so-called black man should be. Your woman should be the head, you the tail, you do what she say do. And that's just totally against the scriptures, totally off and backwards. So check it out. There's an article pulled up, and it reads, Tyson Gibson has defended Will Smith after the latter smacked Chris Rock for his joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. Talking to social media, the Fast Furious actor revealed that the slap actually has been scheduled for years. He says, if you know what we all know, that slap has been scheduled and in the chamber since 2016, wrote the 43-year-old singer slash actor via Instagram on Sunday, March 27th. He added, kings will be kings and protect their queens at all costs. See, he a simp dude. So he's promoting that simp life. Let's say they're converting the so-called black man, the Israelites, Yasharallah, into like a girly homo Momo, let me say that, for they try to clip stuff, Momo spirit to be in subjection to the woman. And the older Jake ate that up. They ate it up, man. I'm talking about I had to be at the event with a bunch of older Jakes, and to look at the older people our generation, it angered me. I'm like, how can y'all be this stupid, man? I didn't want to talk to them like that after that, man. And one time I blurted it out like it was fixed, man. It was scheduled, man. It was it was it was set up to be like that. So quit talking about it. It just came out of me to blurt that, man. They heard the seriousness, and after they like, man, this dude right here, he on something else. And all I heard was just a bunch of wickedness, stupidity, and they're in a dead state. Like Esau gonna run through them like a hot knife through butter, because they're caught up. The trap has been set, like the Bible say, the snare has been set, and they're caught in it. They're gonna go to the FEMA camp, detention centers. They have no knowledge. Like, thank the Most High, call Halal Yahweh Shai, praise the Most High, that He set up the apostles and elders of GMS to feed us His wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the true interpretation of the Bible. Therefore, we're not like them. We're not lost. So, a small few of our elders did justice to the nation. The majority of our elders did a very disservice to the nation. That's why we're in this pitiful state. You always hear 2/3 Jake say, why we can't come together and why this and that. I'm like, nigga, because of you. Because you stupid. And I'm talking about the 40, 50, and 60-year-old, people of our nation. The women, that's all I heard was just dumb stuff. The past 2 days, I had to be around a bunch of older Jakes. All I heard was stupidity come out their mouth constantly. You can see the carnality of them. They're all about materialism. Who got this? Keeping up with the Joneses. Like, they're in a very dead state. Did none of them wake up even a little bit? And they're still in plantation Christianity, talking about some sweet baby Jesus and Jesus thank you and all that. And I'm just like, the Most High ain't dealing with them. They're dead. They're spiritually dead, and in a minute they're about to be physically dead. Because when Jacob's trouble come, they're going to be totally took unawares, because they don't have a clue of what's going on. And because we're younger, when we try to give it to them, they get angry and jealous, because they know they should have learned this in their lifetime. Instead, they basically wasn't nothing but a minion for Esau. Little minions for Esau, little Edomites, little baby Edomites. And they get jealous when the truth come out, especially when it comes from somebody younger than them, because they're not the leaders. They should be leading us, but they're not. They going to their death. So I got to pull this out. I wasn't going to speak on it, but seeing how bad it worked on our people, the Most High put in my spirit to speak on it. Because, hey, we got to thank Yahweh Shai, we in this truth. Matter your little age or whatever you are, but the majority of our older generation, hey, they failed the nation. They failed. Because a part of you getting life was to get back into this truth, was to discover Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, the real. That's what you should have been doing with your life, is figuring out how this world works, figuring out what's really going on. That way you can put the truth out to the younger generation. My children getting the truth first, the lie gonna come second. That's how it should have been for us. But we had to go through, we had to be fed the lie, and we had to dig for the truth. And once we got the truth, then we can get it. The lie came to us first, because they got lied to. And instead of looking for the truth, they was comfortable in that lie, which is a trap. It's a snare. Enough of my rambling. I done talked for like 8 minutes, but man, that had me just hot. How Esau done did our generation, how they just stay in that mode and they're so dumb. So let's get to the scriptures, man. I done talked for a long time, but I'm just like, wow, damn, they stupid. Stupid. I'm not trying to even be nice no more, man. They stupid. Straight, dumbed down, dead, and they need to go. It's time. Go ahead. I'm waiting for you. How about your shot to go ahead and just wipe them clean, because they deserve it. How you 50, 60 years old and you ain't got an ounce of the truth? You don't even know what's going on. I can't have a decent conversation with you because you on the level of a 12-year-old. The 12-year-old Jake and the 60-year-old nigga Jake, they got the same mentality. I just heard a wicked old man, he got to talk. He was a pastor pork chop. Everything came out of his mouth was wickedness, man. Wickedness and stupidity. And I was just like, ain't nothing this Jake can tell me, man. He's dead. All of them. And it was just very pitiful to see that. So check it out. This is Luke 21:35. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. And that is true. This trap is coming to all of them that are not having the covering of Yahweh Shai, and it's going to lead to their death. Esau gonna walk them right on into the little trap, right on into the little slaughter, man, like a cow or a horse. Just put a little lead rope on their neck and lead them right into the little building and go ahead and just put them to death. That's what's about to happen to them because they're not aware of Satan's devices. You know, we're aware of who we even know who the devil is. They don't even know who the devil is. They think the devil is some red man with a pitchfork underground burning everybody with fire. Like they're still caught up on fairy tales. Like I heard my son's grandmother talking about the tooth fairy. Did the tooth fairy put some money under your pillow? And I told my son's like, son, is the tooth fairy real? He's like, nope. So I was like, why your old butt still continuing fairy tales and lies? And we should have been off that a long time ago. That's why I'm so happy I raised my children on truth. I didn't continue that tradition of lying to them. I gave them the truth, man. I'm not giving them imagination. I'm giving them faith. And that's what they should have did, but they didn't. And they still want to continue all this little bullshit, fairy tales and Santa Claus and Tooth Fairy and Sweet Jesus. They're in a trap. And they're comfortable in it, man. Esau gave them their bread and circus. Although both of them things is about to go, and they're cool with that. My son looked at his grandma like, ain't no tooth fairy. And she looked all crazy, you know, looking like, what? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm not teaching lies to my children. We're not on that fairy tale stuff. No, man, that's done with. That tradition's dead. I'm not giving them the truth. That way they're aware of what's really going on, and they're prepared, you know. Because you got to prepare, you got to tell your people what's really going on. So when this devil comes to work his little deceitful magicness, you're not caught up in the snares of this devil, in the trap. Because that's really how he's going to get you, because we're stronger than this devil, you know. So he got to use his technology and use his enchantments, which that's what that was on the Oscars. That was a strong enchantment on Jake. And this snares to trap people, man, to really control Jake. Because without that lie, they'd have been done a long time ago. Now, the way Yahweh Shah set it up, only a few, like it said in the scriptures, many are called, but few are chosen. Only a few are going to wake up to this, retain it, and receive that salvation through Yahweh Shah. Only a few. And it starts first in your mind. First, you got to break that mental restraint that Esau, Edom has put on our people. That's the first thing you got to do. First thing you got to do. And then how you do it is through this word, through this truth, you know. And it said right there, for a snare shall come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. That's a trap. Let's look that up. Because I think I did it before, but, you know, just for edification's sake for the newcomers, we're going to look up the word snare. Because most people, I would not really identify that word when I first read the scriptures either. I had to look it up. Snare. You know, what's a snare? And it goes to ensnare. So let's look at the definition of what a snare is. Something often something deceptively attractive that catches you unawares. That's what that Oscar thing was, a snare. To get your mind off what these devils are really doing and put you in a state of talking about that stupid stuff. Well, Will Smith shouldn't have did that. Well, Chris Rock, he went too hard on that joke. She got a medical condition. And he got to defend his queen, his wife. He talked about my wife, you know, that stupid, silly stuff. Like, why? What the hell? They sellouts, man. Talk about the family. What about that? What about this dollar collapse? What about World War III about to start? That's why I was looking for one of them older Jakes to come on. I couldn't talk to them. They too stupid, you know? Snare also means to catch in or as if in a trap, entice and trap. So snare means trap. And that's what that was. That's how Esau operates. He does mental traps. Because he got Jake such in a beat down state, you know, that Stockholm syndrome, and on a low mental level to where he can just throw out little setups and just have them talk about dumb stuff while they don't even focus on the real stuff. You know, you always heard hood niggas, nigga, I'm on that real shit. I'm on that real stuff, you know, but they don't even know what real is. Everything Esau presented to you is vanity and fake. You know, because the real is Yahweh Shai and this truth. That's what's real. And that's what's really going to pop up in their face, too. When they least suspect it. Then they going to be crying like little girls because they don't know what to do. And they ain't been prepped. See, this scriptures, it preps us for what to do. We know what's going on. That devil say, report her, we'll feed you, provide shelter, and give you clean water. I'm not going. You go there, man. They're going to lock you in that door and torture your butt. And that's why they're creating the famine. That's why they're collapsing the dollar, so that you will go to them, and that way they can trap you in. You know, that's what's going on right now. They're going to cut the grid off. That's why if Jake was really on this stuff, paying attention, you should be looking at your off-grid stuff. Or you know, being in this truth, so you can offset what this devil about to do. Because he's bringing a bunch of chaos in order to bring you to him. That way he can go ahead and tag your butt and, you know, really have you in some hard bondage slavery. They're trying to reset. They want Jake to go back into slavery. And they're going to do that. And this time it's going to be worse than what our ancestors went through, because this time they got technology. They're going to tag you, GPS you. They're going to know everywhere you at, what you're doing, your blood level, your heartbeat, your sugar level. They're going to know everything. These devils got a God complex. They want to be like God. And 2/3 Jake, they already set up for it. They're set up for it, man. So check it out, because this scripture right here really going to hit home on what happened with that Oscar situation. Check it out. This is Psalms 106 and 36. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. So Will Smith is an idol. During the 90s, everybody talked like Will Smith was the thing to be. That's who everybody should tailor themselves after. He's the greatest black man ever. And he has the best family ever, the best wife ever. Be like him. And here in 2022, it's falling apart, man. You tell that dude straight momoed out. His wife is wicked. She messes with other dudes. They commit adultery like, you know, it's nothing. Their children are messed up because of that. And that, if you ain't got any lick of sense, you should not be nothing like that wicked family. I mean, they're totally messed up. All them celebrities is messed up. You know, you looking at Chris Rock, he all momoed out. You know, you can see they not right, man. And because they got status and money, they put them on a pedestal as if that's what you should be. Because that's what America's all about. It's about status and monetary gain. That's how they make you an idol. That's why they got a show called American Idol. So with their idols, because those were two idols in Babylon the Great, America, Chris Rock, Will Smith, comedians, actors, you know, they used them to create a little, you know, it made them fight. How they always do Jake. They always pit Jake against each other. Light-skinned Jake versus dark-skinned Jake. It's like Willie Lynch. They had them fight, you know, and they had the rest of the nation talking about it. While they, you know, breaking the dollar, while they're perpetuating World War III, while they are setting up the infrastructure for the, you know, the global reset, which you done had all them talking about, New World Order, they're all talking about it. And this thing is coming into your play, into your face. And Jake is too busy worried about what these two idols did on a show that really celebrates Esau. You know, and I'm just like, wow, how dumb can you be? And like I said, which was a snare unto them, which it is a trap. Instead of you getting your stuff together, preparing, you know, put some seeds in the ground, getting you supplies ready, like a outdoor, you know, grill, or maybe a camper or something, or some knives, and, you know, just off-grid stuff you can get. A generator, things of that nature. That's what they be focused on. And what we gonna do, we got a band together. They should be getting a plan together. What we gonna do to offset what these devils about to do. But Jake don't even know about that. Jake still think we free. Jake still trying to get a career. Jake still trying to live in Babylon. Jake don't know. Like Esau know. Everybody knows except for Jake. Jake, I'm starting to see a 2/3 Israelite is the dumbest person on the face of the planet Earth. They're the dumbest ones. Because Esau know the system's done. These heathen nations, Moab, Hamite, Ishmael, they know the system is done. And everybody's preparing except for 2/3 Jake. 2/3 Jake, the only one still, you know, going along as everything is peachy dory. They're the only ones doing that. Can't even see what's happening. Now you got some women starting to wake up because things are happening to them. They getting judgment. But as far as like the 2/3 nigga man, they don't have a clue. Not a clue. They too worried about popping their homeboy and stuff. Cause a lot of them is momos, man. For real. So it's about to just be crazy. And it's about man, these women that's with these little weak 2/3 Jakes that don't know nothing. Hey, they about to get a rude awakening. They thought they had a man. They're gonna find out he's not a man at all. The only true men are the men of Yahweh Shah, the men of the Lord. Those are only true men. And you can see it. Like, for me, I can see it very vividly. Because these other dudes, they not right at all. And these women gonna see that. Like, the true men are really gonna shine when the system collapses. Because right now, the system it supports these momos. Will Smith, Chris Rock, Tyler Perry, Tyrese, all momos, in the closet momos, is who the system promotes. Not men. Men are not promoted here. Momos are promoted here because that's what Esau wants because he can deal with them easily. Esau can't deal with no real man, no authentic man of the Lord, a hopefully elect Israelite man. Esau can't deal with that. Esau hates us because he can't trick us and he can't bend us over using some, some FRN, some filthy lucre. He can't do that. So therefore, he doesn't have control. He doesn't have that ultimate control. All he can do is use his little system he got. And really, when Yahweh Shah comes on our behalf, that's going to get thrown out the water, man. He really ain't got nothing. When I really think about it, he ain't got nothing. And that's why he hate. And plus, we push this truth out. When truth go out, somebody might hear that and wake up. And that's one less that he got in his little trap, because like Babylon the Great, America's like a big trap. It's like a big, a snare. And when you get the truth, you get out the snare. And Esau don't want people getting out, because once you get out the trap, then he can't get you no more. He lost you. You're gone. You're free. I said the truth shall set you free. That's true. That is so true. Yahweh Shah, uh, hopefully we part of that precious elk, Lord willing, that, Yahweh Shah really love us. If he really love us, then there's nothing this devil can do. We will get out the snare, get out the trap, receive salvation, and there's nothing he can do about it. Not a damn thing he can do about it. And the devil, that's why this truth is vital and important, because it mentally takes them chains off your mind. Because it takes you out the dark and into the light. And that's what the devil doesn't like. Because he puts out a bunch of BS, man. He got to first beat you mentally. When you get beat mentally, then you get beat spiritually. And once you beat spiritually and mentally, hey, he got your body. Pimp say that all the time. Get the mind, you got the body. So he doesn't like authentic men who push this truth. They got the truth in them. They got the kingdom of heaven in them. Because that's what the truth is. So check it out. This is what Esau do. This is Job 15:35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit. That's what that whole event was, man. It was that precept, which I'm going to highlight that because that's going to lead to your death. You caught up in that. That was mischief. That was wickedness. That was a setup that Esau made on that little show that he do. And all it did was bring forth vanity. It was nothing. It was a bunch of BS, but it worked like a charm on the 2/3. They talked about it, and that's all they wanted to talk about. And if they weren't talking about that, they talking about, what they doing on the job and their career and little fluff BS. How my children doing and, what's name getting the scholarship to KU and this and all that. Just a bunch of BS. Nothing real came out their mouth at all. And it says their belly prepareth deceit. Belly also goes into your mind. So let's talk about the mind of Esau Edom. All he does prepare deceit. That was something deceitfully he did in order to get the minds of Yasharallah focused on that while he sets up his NWO system. He sets up his B system because they're having, like I said earlier, they're having hiccups, hang-ups. So what they're doing is, like when somebody doing a show, they push another room or focus on that, go over there while I set up. And then once it's set up, then they'll bring you back in. And you didn't see what they did. You're going to go right in for it. That's what they did. That's all that little Oscars thing was. It was a setup. It was a trap. It was to ensnare your mind to focus on some BS while they do real things behind the door and set you up to be cattle for their new system that they're about to implement. Because this system, they were so stupid. The system is crashed. It's done. It can't operate anymore. So they have to go into a new system which in the new system, they want to put you back into hard bondage slavery. That's why it's called a global reset. What are they resetting to? Resetting back to when Yahshua goes back into servitude. But Yahweh Shah said, nah, that's complete. That's over with. Yahshua will no longer go back into slavery this time. This time they're going to get free. Because what's coming this time? And that's why the stakes is big on this one. Because who's coming? Yahweh Shah's coming. That's what another thing. None of them even, they all in that Plantation Christian Church. They don't even know that Yahweh Shah's on the way. Because these pastor pork chops don't talk about it. And in that church, it was a lot of female pastors, and they really ain't got the truth. I mean, that was straight horrible. I mean, they just, oh, Jesus, can't look in the eyes. Just, women should not be preaching, just like the words say, because they really can't do it. So, these people are not looking for Yahweh Shah to return. They're not looking for his coming. He's coming quickly. And once he comes, he's going to establish the kingdom of Yahweh Shah. And we're not going to slavery no more. We're going into rulership. That's something Jake don't never talk about, man. You don't hear that with a 2/3. Rulership. We're about to rule. That's what's coming next. That's why Esau is in such a panic and why he's fumbling, because he's being rushed. He know Yahweh Shah coming back. So he trying to trick you and to make you think that Yahweh Shah ain't coming back. And to go ahead and take this device in your body, that way you can continue living the way you've been living. And they're set up for it. You know, they already ran a scenario to see if they would do that. And once they did that, they're like, okay, they're ready for phase 2. You know, they're going to take it. They took that. We ran that lie, and they received that lie. And then they did something we didn't think they would do. So we're going to run phase 2 and hit them with that. And then this was a test run. They did that little setup thing to see, you know, how much Jake would talk about it. They making memes. And, man, Jake talked about that like that was the biggest thing in the world, man. I'm just like, wow. Jake is truly in the dark. So, hey, we got to call Halal Yahweh Shah. We're not in the same boat as them. We got to think that he created us to be holy. We're woke. And for the most part, you know, I stay holy. I don't really deal with my family. But sometimes certain events will happen, and you got to be around them. And then you're around, you be like, no wonder I don't like to be around y'all people. Y'all are just dead. You're spiritually dead. You're about to be physically dead. And then you can't even have I'm at the point, I'm so built up and locked in with this truth and edification. I can't talk to nobody else unless you know something about the truth. That's why, like, I talked to my brother Jeremiah, man. Thank the Most High that we have the brotherhood. You know, we got the brothers. They the only ones I could have a high-level conversation with or have a conversation about what's really going on. You can't talk to a worldly Jake about what's, you know, you got to, like, dumb yourself down. Keep it carnal and PG with them because they can't talk about real things. A lot of them get scared or they just don't know nothing about it. Like, man, that's a conspiracy theory. Like, what? These devils talking about it on TV. You didn't see that? No, I'm watching the music video, NBA YoungBoy. Man, you see about Will Smith slap Chris Rock? Hey, I'd have slapped them. Like, you can't, man, they're just dumb, man. I'm about to get me, man, I'm getting my master's degree. They're gone. So, thank you, how about y'all shy? We're not a snare caught in that trap. You know, stay locked on this truth. Because, we almost there. We at the end. We right here at the end of this thing. And y'all can see everybody like Yahweh Maccabees always say, everybody's in their lot. Like, if you ain't woke up to this now, I don't know what to tell you, man, because you ain't going to get this in just a couple months. This truth is very big. It's very deep. This is something you should have been working on. Most I should have woke you up a long time ago. So with that being said, to the next time, Kwame Yasharala, DTA Baba Ball, and Shalom.